Hello and welcome to the Be Glad movement. My name's Pollyanna and I'm on a mission to bring you as many stories as possible of good coming from bad and reasons to be glad. And today I'm joined with Amanda Foster.
Hello.
And Amanda contacted me to outline her story, which begins with her husband leaving her, having gone bankrupt for the second time and leaving her in £40,000 worth of debt. So, Amanda, would you like to tell us a little bit about what life was like for you?
Wow. In the words of the song, it is like a roller coaster.
Right.
So from that situation, I really wondered what I was going to do.
Mm.
He was literally there one day and then gone. Didn't get a note, didn't get anything like that, which I have to say does have an adverse effect on you because you're thinking, what have I done?
Sure.
And after 2 months, I thought I had enough. So I took control. That involved parents saying what's wrong and having to admit to that there was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But from that, I wrote a list of the debtors, the people that I had to speak to keep my house, utility bills, all those sort of things, as well as inland revenue, the accountants and people like that. Once you start to speak to people, you know the power of this.
Mm-hmm.
Explain the situation, then there can be a solution.
Right.
And as much as it was dark, there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you're prepared to walk down that tunnel and do that.
Sure.
So out of the adversity of having a friend that said, okay, I'll make my front room into a bedsit for you,
Okay.
because we found that he was coming back to the cottage when I was living, but I didn't know when he would arrive.
Sure. Okay.
That probably still has an effect on me now because I'm a bad sleeper, because I hear the slightest noise, I think he's come back.
Right.
Which is ridiculous, and that was, quite a few years ago. So you find out who your friends are. So it gives you that foundation to start to build on.
Sure.
And I did. So once the house was cleared, most of the debts were cleared, I then was able to secure a shared ownership flat. That was the only way I'd get back on the property ladder, which was lovely. And it was me and my Jack Russell. And we were going to tackle the world.
Okay.
And, it's worth, I'm sure cats are equally as pleasing, but for me, my dog and I would go out for long walks, have a think about it, and just crack on.
Yeah.
It gave me the courage to do so many things. One, to not hide, not do the hide my head in the sand. From that, at 40, they say in the cars that life begins at 40. Well, for me, it did.
Okay.
For years and years, I knew that I really wasn't happy. The male population are lovely, but didn't really rock my boat.
Okay.
And I decided that I'd, go and hunt as the lovely lady in my life. Which I think was more scary than actually going through all the bankruptcy bits, going to court and things like that.
Sure.
But I found someone. My whole attitude, my whole being really did change.
Yeah. So
much so that my brother said to me, who's this fluffy that's making you so happy?
nice.
So at 40, it's young, you can start again. So from that, I then had to tell my parents I was leaving the family business, tell them that I was leaving Surrey.
Right.
And by the way, I found a lovely new lady and come out to them.
Right.
So, do things in threes, it saves time. And the phrase that I have is that love brought me to Salisbury, but now I love Salisbury.
Oh, fantastic.
And it is so true. Now, when I came down here, I was on various medication for lots of bits and bobs, stomach complaints because of stress. Okay, I've still got blood pressure, but we're working on that. But lots of things. And having that regroup, digging in new foundations, spring has arrived.
Yeah.
The meadow flowers are coming up, it's absolutely brilliant. I have, almost been reborn, really. I put it that strongly. My parents said, well, you're a grumpy cow anyway. And, hindsight's a wonderful thing. My brother said, it's great, I've always wanted an extra sister. But it gave me extra confidence, as she's sitting up, to find a new job in a city that I didn't know.
Sure.
Love is great, but it doesn't pay the bills. From that, it gave me the confidence to start my own business, to do a little bit of, positive sort of, coaching and training for other people that have been through it.
Right.
I've been privileged to work with the Women's Refuge on a couple of occasions. But from that, it really does give you that confidence. So I'm now actually, after 5 years in my own business, I've got a job where I can help people and I get paid all the time, which is like, hurrah!
Fantastic.
But the confidence allowed me to be a director of the Chamber of Commerce. Last year, I thought the city has been so good to me, which might sound a bit pompous, but I wanted to try and give back. And somebody suggested that I become a local councillor, which sounded a little bit too constructive. I'd grown up, but I got voted in. Which was quite scary, but really fantastic. So when I heard about your project, I just want to say to everybody out there that life does begin at 40. I'm now 54 this year. Keep going. Don't give up, whatever you do. And we've talked about this flip it scenario. Out of the darkest, horriblest situation, it allowed me to regroup. To recover and to rebuild, and stand up a little bit higher and really enjoy life. So, please keep up your good work. I'm happy and raring to go, and viewers, you can do the same as well. So
it's a bit like the J.K. Rowling quote: when you hit rock bottom, you've got a solid foundation to build on.
Thinking of the bouncy balls that we had as kids, it is hard, but you throw yourself down, you can get up. And it makes you appreciate the good things then. In my previous life, we would go out to all the best hotels, all this, that and the other. My best birthday was on the beach in Guernsey, having fish and chips out of paper, and admittedly a bit of champagne out of a paper cup, with people there that mattered. So, it is about people.
So would you say that if you hadn't gone through that experience of your husband leaving you, then you actually...
I would never have been brave enough.
Right.
To come out at 40 was interesting. I've been very blessed that I haven't had any adverse, comments. But I really think that it was the best thing he could have done for me.
Fantastic.
It gave me the courage to do that. It gave me the wake-up call. I wouldn't suggest that everybody waits to have that sort of situation.
No.
But you need to have that. It needs to give you that kick to go, this isn't a rehearsal. We're only here once. I believe that we should actually all be kind to each other and treat each other with respect. I still feel that way. I would always give people that chance, because somebody's given me that chance, i.e. him walking out and being a bit of an idiot. He's lost, my game.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I really appreciate it, and I hope that has given some of you guys some hope, that whatever troubles you're going through at the moment, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. If you persevere, it might be the best thing that ever happened to you. If you like this video, please do subscribe, and also you can find us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. If you look for @BeGladMovement, you should be able to find us. So wishing you all well, and I look forward to updating you with the next video. Many thanks. Bye bye.
Bye bye.